Hey Clashes, Super Witches are just so much stronger than I initially thought, because with the new update and the new Ice Block addition to the game, they became quickly one of the strongest troops in the entire game. I think let's dive into some live attacks in Legends, and I will show you exactly why this is the case, and second of all, how you can perform Super Witches to make them literally a top 3 strategy in the entire game. Let's get started. And the main reason why this interaction is just so crazy good is because with other ground strategies where you're trying to take advantage of the frost of like the ice block, you typically have to freeze the tanks and DPS troops at the same time because they are kind of the same troop most of the time. For Root Riders, well, you're freezing your Root Riders with your King together, maybe with your Valkyries maybe together. So that's always something to consider. Well, I have to do the attack now. Well, let's do that quickly. But on this side, with the Super Witches, you're pretty much generating your own tanks in a way. Because, well, big surprise, you have those skeletons, and they're just doing an amazing job, which means you can frost them with the ice block. And then right behind, you have the Super Witches dealing the damage. And this synergy is just, it's just crazy, and it's way stronger than I actually thought. And yeah, that's why I ranked the strategy most likely way too low. But let's get this right. We have the Invis here, I think. We can use it like this. Hopefully, yep, it's going in there. Perfect. And then we're going to have our witches leading the way into this right direction with the ice golem first. Now in here, Headhunter. Let's freeze this quickly. I would like to have my warden staying alive. This is maybe like now another thing. Why I like to use the, let's quickly funnel down here. Why I like to use the unicorn. Because it pretty much guarantees that we have, the warden always at high hit points. That's really crucial here. Now we can, as soon as we go into the monolith, for example, freeze now the stuff, which means we have the king frozen, super skeletons, everything frozen. We have our tanks in front of us, but at the same time, it's just super straightforward because the witches are dealing the damage, which means we keep moving forward. And that's just the crazy part, which is just so crazy good with this overall approach. Let's use the Royal Champ ability quite early on. Why not? We have a lot of damage here again. Let's just freeze our stuff so King can tank while the Super Witches can deal the damage because they're not frozen. Perfect for us. Royal Champ and Queen on the outside. Nice combination. We can still use the King ability. And this base is just crushed. I mean, there is no chance of fighting back for this village. It's how it's supposed to fight back when everything is just frozen off my tanks. And we have still the DPS troops right behind. Like, no other troop there is can generate their own tanks. And at the same time, it's like you can freeze the tanks. And then you have the DPS right behind. And it's like the synergy with the new Icebox spell. First off, I thought the Warden charges benefit the most from the new spell. I'll be honest here, I think the Super Witches are the clear winner in my eye when it comes down to having the most or getting the most out of this new spell. And it's not even close. So, really, I ranked Super Witches on number 5 in my top 5 ranking. I think there should be more something like top 3, maybe even at least. I could see them even higher, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but just this combination is crazy. One quick, again, addition because I was kind of like in the zone during that. I like to run the Unicorn on the Warden because the Warden oftentimes is not getting the healing of the healers. And if he's going down, you're losing a lot of power because of the Rage Gem, missing out then. And with the Unicorn, I have always this recovery on him. This is why I'm struggling versus Red Mines. This is why I'm using the new Siege with a lot of loons in there to make sure that I have always those non-stop testing for my healers. And then if the healers die on the back end, I have still some druids in there. So that's like a really nice synergy, which so for me worked great. But you can use the Sneezy as well. Sneezy is an incredible strong pet. But again, the issue here is if the Warden dies, and that happens really like quick with facing all of the damage in a Town Hall 17 base, if the Warden goes down, you're going to have an issue. And that's why I'm using the Unicorn. But let's do another attack. Okay, in again. And we have one of those toxic cores, which can be really deadly for a lot of strategies when it comes down to how to overpower that. But can we somehow maybe get a Fireball in there? I mean, Fireball around the town already would get a lot of value. But, How do we do this? Where are those fire? Okay, both fire spitters are pointing away. Oh my gosh, that's not nice. Let's see. I would just start the one at the top side and see how it goes. I just use one archer maybe here to help a little bit. Heaters behind. I want to get the fireball somehow into the core. I'm not sure yet exactly how we get that. But as long as you're doing like a warden walk for roughly 1 minute, it's totally fine. If we get that rage tower off the way, we could enter from the far right side with the queen on the outside. We get the double wall break into the army camp. Then we can jump behind the town hall. I think that should be fine, right? For that, though, we have to make the fireball work. So, how do we do that? First off, let's walk a little bit further and see where exactly my warden goes. We can turn those two on the left side invisible if you want to. We can turn this little island on the bottom side invisible. The only thing there is, I think I have to use one frost to keep my warden in place. Otherwise, we might struggle here a little bit. So yeah, I think as soon as that thing goes down, we have to freeze him. Like this. Now invis, invis, invis. Earthquakes. Fireball. Super witches, lure the warden back. We have gotten the majority of the core, which is amazing. Let's get in here. Queen for the funnel. Like this, this. Perfect. We're going somewhat into like the fire spitters as well, which is not optimal, but I think it's fine. I think it should be fine. Let's add the Valkyrie early because I think we don't need it later on. Wall break has worked. That's amazing. I typically never have any issues with wall breaks. So I don't have any of them in my siege. So that's like the reasoning behind that. Now the poison again, obviously for the furnace. We can use that king, but I won't use it just yet. I would just for now use the freeze here. We have the Royal Champion still. We can use her for the top tap because I feel like time is going to be a big factor for us. So let's just do that in a second. King ability now. I will add the Royal Champ with some cleanup behind. Now let's see. Queen ability, so we're spawning the giant. I think right now the rage might be a good bet. Let's use the jump. I think we should have jumped into the like even deeper location. Let's use the invis here. Let's use a wizard for cleanup again as well. But no, this base is crushed. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, like no chance we can swag the Royal Champ ability. The Royal Champ was only used for cleanup, like for time purposes, not for power purposes. And we have still quite a bit of like power left. I mean, that wasn't even close. It is like really. I have underestimated Super Witches so much. Which with this new spell, I don't know what else to say about that. It feels criminal how strong this is, but let's just do it again and let's keep attacking. It's a lot of fun. Let's do it. Another attack, wait a second. That's one of my bases from like 2 months ago or something. Crazy, they're still getting used. Okay. How do we do this now? How do we fireball this? I mean, we could go for the fireball onto the merged multi-year tower. That would be an option. That would be actually not too bad of an option. I like that. Okay, let's do it. So, warden here. Just like that. Waiting a little bit for if there's a Tesla. There is not. Fireball. I think a scatter needs 2 fireballs, right? So yeah, I think that's why I went there. I think I would just wait for the expo to go down and then use the healers to lure over my warden. Actually, I will use my king. I think it's easier for my warden to follow the king. Even though I don't know why, but I guess it's more likely. This. Yep. Now the witches. Archer queen for the funneling. Getting the wall break. Are you kidding me? Why is my king getting targeted right away? That's so evil. I'm still deploying stuff, guys. Like, chill. I'm not ready yet. Let's use that king abilities to open up everything. Archer queen. With that royal champion. We're going to jump into the core. Having a party in there. Things look good. The ice combs are annoying as heck, but it's still fine. Can use those invis for the royal champion, I believe. Now the rage. I would just freeze something. We have even have the. What am I talking? We even have the giants, which we can use the freeze on. So we have just so much tanking, which we can utilize with the ice block spell. I mean, it's just crazy. Take a look at this. It's not even close. Who's building such bad bases? Oh, that's me, by the way. Unlucky. But yeah, I mean, guys, you have to give this a try. I underestimated those super witches so much. It is not even... It should be criminal. That should be criminal. Are you joking me? Is it 3 or 4 super witches alive? It's all 4 of them are alive. Are you kidding me? It's just insane. I mean, give it a try. You can obviously do some small adjustments if you want to. For me, this combination is working great. You have seen it already now over the attacks. I feel like you could try to put in like Sneezy as well. I think Sneezy is an incredible strong pet. But for me, it's just the water is going down too quick. I don't know how, but there's always one multi-inferno tower which is locking onto my warden with the Town Hall Splash, with, I don't know, multi-mortar or something, like this new mortar seasonal defense thingy. Like, the warden is always going down, but with the unicorn, I think our warden did not go down once, right? Am I remembering correctly? Or something like that. But at least, like, the warden is staying alive just longer, and I just feel the unicorn helps here. But give it your own, see how it works for you. This army composition for me works great. The link is, as always, down below the description of the video. And I hopefully see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya, and bye-bye.